So I was watching the Google Glass video the other day with their fancy little goggles and their goofy little demo, and this is kind of technology I've been following loosely for a few years now because it's really cool. Show of hands, anyone? Augmented reality, does that mean anything to anybody? Okay, pretty good. The basic idea is you bridge the computer world with the physical world using like cameras, audio input, GPS stuff. Really, it's kind of taking everything we already like about our phone apps and our little websites and cool things we can do with our cameras and iPods and integrating all of that into one, hopefully someday stylish form factor, nice glasses or contact lenses, and making it work. I'm going to show you some cool videos, so my explanations are going to be mediocre at best because it's best to see this and not just hear about it. So we've come a long way in the last few years. This concept has been around since the 90s. What's really held it back though is that we've had really terrible like speech to text, text to speech. We haven't been very good at recognizing images in terms of comparing them to each other, except you can kind of follow Google. It's like, all right, you used to be able to search for an image and it would have text tags associated with that image. And then a couple of years back, it's like, oh, all right, I've found an image. Google knows how to find the exact same image in a different size at least. And now you can put in like an imager URL, just a something.jpg, and it will pull up any website containing an image identical to that. It doesn't have to be the exact same URL that was used for that. So we're getting a lot better at finding images just based on what we're looking at. So it's very important for when you want to take a camera, stick it on the corner of your eyeglasses, and be looking like at an overhead projector and have the price and Amazon reviews for that overhead projector pop up in your cool little glasses screen. Speech recognition, Siri. I've never actually used an iPhone, but I guess that's getting better. No frustrating like, call Steve. Call Steve. No, not Jared. Steve. Lots better at that. As these continue to improve, it's just going to get better and better. And gesture recognition, being able to make hand symbols and have them be picked up by different pairs of cameras, individual cameras, ears, all sorts of stuff. These are kind of the important ways we want to be able to input to augmented reality technology and get something back from it. This is what we need to be able to give it to connect the physical world and the computing world. So there are products out there right now. You can go spend $500 on the coolest pair of ski goggles you will ever own, and it'll give you a nice little heads-up display, kind of like playing a video game where it's like, okay, I have a temperature sensor over here, I know what altitude I'm at over here, and there's a little speed sensor in my bottom right corner. Or you could make one that has the coolest Nerf game ever that keeps track of your ammunition as you pull the trigger, and Humans vs. Zombies to a whole new level. But we got to make it smaller still. Ski goggles are about the best we've got, really. I shouldn't say the best we've got. We've got better than that. But in terms of actually on sale right now, it's basically ski goggles and other sorts of large eyeglasses. Cost is still an issue. No one wants to spend $500 on ski goggles. And there's still so many more cool things we can do as we get better with like nanotechnology, where we get this stuff right on a contact lens, even the computer itself maybe. I don't know. Eye tracking, where instead of just a fixed glasses, if you want, again, let's just go to the projector because it's over there, and you're looking at it from the corner of your eye, as you twist your head, you want it to stay, or not even twist your head, just move your eyes around. You want those images to stay on those objects. So you're going to need better eye tracking to sort of keep images focused on what you're looking at, to know what you're looking at. So if you're on a hike and you're looking at a tree and then you look to another tree without really, even pointing the camera somewhere else, it's like, okay, here's a fir tree, here's an aspen tree, and it brings you up like the Wikipedia summary paragraph on everything about that tree.
Just blinding you.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for people to drive with these on.
Technology.
Obviously, the coolest final extension of this is when we're all cyborgs, and this is all just built into our brains. Brain-computer interface. This is just the cool thing about augmented reality is that it sort of already exists, and it's just this big amalgam of technologies we have already, just put into one individual form. No, like a million different apps on your iPhone you have to pull out every time you want to do something. You take a picture. It's right there. It's serendipitous almost. It's built in. And nanotechnology is going to be huge for this, being able to shrink it really, really small. Wow. So getting on to the cool stuff, for those of you guys who have no idea what I'm talking about, I don't know how many of you guys watched that Google Glass video? People kind of excited about that. This is their prototype mock-up. She looks so happy, great stock photo. She also looks like a complete nerd. That's a big thing. Like all the existing stuff we have right now, it's like Bluetooth. You know, like people walking around with the Bluetooth thing talking to themselves. Who likes that? I mean, I think about those guys and I'm just like, please be quiet. So we gotta make it something that people would want to wear. But at least Sergey Brin pulls it off a little better. They actually have a prototype, which I think is cool. But they got ripped on a little. The video, which we will. Why? Okay, mouse, there you are. Sorry. It was showing up on that, but not on my laptop itself. So this is their little demo video. What they want to do. They're not quite here yet, but they're probably close. This is a year or two out. So in that little glasses thing, it has a little lens over one of your eyes that keep these images overhead.
Yeah. Maybe in front of a strange book
Look at this.
at 2. Oh man, really?
How cool is this? It's like, alright, there's the route. You can keep a little arrow over your head, so where am I going? It's time to turn right. And just the fact that it would be built into like glasses.
Remind me to buy tickets
really
for
cool. It's not
Monsieur
pull out your
Volcano.
phone, okay, scroll around the map and find it. It's just, okay, go that way now. You keep walking. Nothing
Where's the
changes.
music section? Oh, yes, this is it. Is Paul here yet? Hey dude, how's it going?
I'm gonna play up that new place I was telling you about.
Sure.
This truck's really good.
Hey, just a second. Cool.
So rather than their goofy
Thanks,
social
man.
media stuff, how cool would it be if you look at that truck from 200
See you,
feet
dude.
away and the little menu pops up in the corner of your eye because the
Whoa.
software has recognized that truck as
Take a
being,
photo of this.
you know, the taco stand. And it's like, okay,
Share it
it's
to my
250
circle.
for this kind of taco. You know, there's reviews from online and pull
Oh,
up.
I'm running late. Music, stop.
Hi, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
So, yeah,
You wanna
get
take
rid of
the
all your
photo?
phones.
Why is she
wear
not wearing
glasses? She might be at a computer on a laptop on Skype.
Yep. Okay.
She might not be cool enough.
Beautiful.
So that's Google. So yeah, augmented reality is kind of like the halfway step between. Oh. So as this potentially one of those kind of evolutionary technologies. But all right, so demo video got ripped on by this guy at MIT, Pranav Mistry. For what you see here, he's saying there's no way with what we have now you can get that kind of full vision out of that little tiny screen. It would be, maybe just the top right side of your viewing area. So who is Pranav Mistry? He has another take on it. Rather than glasses, he's been working at MIT on a projector system, which also very nerdy. This is not something I would want to wear in public. That might just be me. You guys might like the kind of augmented reality equivalent of fanny pack, but I don't. Projectors, though, do have benefits. I mean, it's a lot easier to ignore that when it's not constantly on your eyeball. It gives you a little more options with kind of playing with actual surfaces. Being able to project is a different way of doing it. You don't have to worry about the eye tracking to keep focus on things. You can pick out where something is and keep it on it from there, just using its own camera. And this is a 3-year-old video, which I think is cool. So this is a while ago. We've done much more since then. Okay, there's it's very quiet. We kind of skip around a little, they demo
papers. You don't take out your cell phone and open a browser and go to a website to try to decide which of these different toilet papers is the most ecologically responsible purchase to easy way without just a simple webcam. A portable battery-powered projection system with a little mirror. These components communicate to my cell phone in my pocket, which acts as the communication and computation device. And in the video here, we see my student Pranav Mistry, who's really the genius who's been implementing and designing this whole system. And we see how this system lets him walk up to any surface and start using his hands to interact with the information that is projected in front of him. The system tracks the 4 significant fingers. In this case, he's wearing simple marker caps that you may recognize. But if you want the more stylish version, you could also paint your nails in different colors. And the camera basically tracks these 4 fingers and recognizes any gestures that he's making. So he can just go to, for example, a map of Long Beach, zoom in and out, etc. The system also recognizes iconic gestures, such as the take a picture gesture, and then takes a picture of whatever is in front of you. And when he then walks back to the media lab, he can just go up to any wall and project all the pictures that he's taken, sort through them and organize them and resize them, etc. Again, using all natural gestures. So some of you most likely were here 2 years ago and saw the demo by Jeff Hahn or some of you, completely portable and can be So one important difference is that it's totally mobile. Another even more important difference is that in mass production, this would not cost more tomorrow than today's cell phones and would actually not sort of be a bigger package and could look a lot more stylish than this version that I'm wearing around my neck. But other than letting some of you live out your fantasy of looking as cool as Tom Cruise in Minority Report, the reason why we're speech recognition or marker technology and give him the green light or an orange light. He can ask for additional information. So this particular choice here is a particularly good choice given his personal criteria. Some of you may want the toilet paper with the most bleach in it rather than the most ecologically responsible choice. But if he picks up a book in the bookstore, he can get the Amazon rating, gets projected right on the cover of the book. This is Juan's book, our previous speaker, which gets a great rating, by the way, at Amazon. And so Pranav turns the page of the book and can then see additional information about the book, reader comments, maybe sort of information by his favorite critic, etc. If he turns to a particular page, he finds an annotation, word cloud of the tags, the words that are associated with that person in their blog and personal web pages. In this case, the student is interested in cameras, etc. On your way to the airport, if you pick up your boarding pass, he can tell you that your flight is delayed, that the gate has changed, etc. And if you need to know what the current time is, it's as simple as drawing a watch on your arm. So that's where we're at so far in development.
3 years ago, and these guys are MIT, so they're pretty cool. I make fun of them. That's actually awesome. I really know them. So the ski goggles I was mentioning, this is an existing company. There are a lot of these little companies popping up. Even just in the ski goggle market, there's more than one company. But one more little demo video I'm going to show you guys. it's so easy is that since they're already tinted darkly, it's really easy to display that information on the inside. The clear little tiny lens you see on the Google Glass, it's hard to actually make a transparent lens that you can display information on. Okay, I don't know about this one. Like tech demos, the techno, it's like its own music genre, like elevator music. I love that stuff. So how do we actually make it look cool? Well, let's just eliminate the glasses. Babak Parviz is a researcher from Symmetrical papers who is working on integrating circuits into contact lenses. This is where nanotechnology is going to come in big. Microelectronic mechanical systems is going to come in big. Right now on the left, this is a prototype they've actually got. It's a single red LED right there in the center, and then a radio chip and antenna off the side. They've tested it out in rabbits without any particular health effects for 20 minutes at a time. Poor rabbits. But yeah, there are some obvious issues with that. A red LED is made out of like Indian gallium arsenide. Arsenide being particularly toxic to humans, so you have to make sure this is going to be safe when you stick it in your eye. But beyond augmented reality, he's got some cool ideas where the fluids in your eye, you can basically, like if you're a diabetic, you could have a sensor in there that will keep track of your blood sugar without ever having to poke yourself again. It's built into your contact lens. That's awesome. I don't know about you guys. So, like we've been talking about, we can't wait until the idiots start driving around with these in their cars and are having like Google check-ins and Facebook posts popping up in their field of vision as they go 80 down the highway. There are some kinks to work out with this.
What about the adverts? It's like Google.
Somebody did a mock-up of that, like what Google Glass is actually going to look like, and it's like Google bars on the sides and stuff. Yeah, it's a legitimate concern.
Google Sleep, Google Music, Google Funeral, everything.
So
it'd be like,
there is going to be some personal taste. How willing are you to inundate yourself with constant information? You hear a lot today about we're already so connected that we're disconnected, and it's a problem. This could only make it worse, but on the other hand, it's really, really cool. And I want it. Okay, so what does this have to do with audio? Frankly, I think all the videos we've seen, they're cool, but the ideas expressing them are basic. They're not very fun applications, and there's so much more you can do with the idea of laying computer-generated information onto the world. So I'm going to be bothering all of you, most of you, anyone who has an idea. I want to come up with some cool augmented reality audio ideas. These might be things to kind of stick in the back of your head for a few years when technology is cheaper and better. They might be things we could work into projects next semester. To get us started, this is a cool little program called Synthesia, something like that. It's a MIDI piano program. Whoop. And how neat would it be if you're at the piano and with your little glasses, the notes you actually have to play are scrolling down like Guitar Hero almost, and you learn to play piano that way. Or you want to do karaoke, or you're just singing to yourself in the shower, maybe not the shower, but singing to yourself in the, maybe not the car, walking down the street, you're singing to yourself, and you can't really remember the lyrics, something, okay, I know the chorus. Hey, glasses, can you look up the lyrics to this song and just have them scroll by so I actually know what I'm singing and I don't sound like a complete doofus in public. So imagine, you're actually sitting at the piano, and the notes are kind of tumbling down at you. That'd be a lot of fun. And just because I can, apparently there are a lot of crazy songs that aren't humanly possible to play that are used visualized It's kind of a pretty program. It's free. If you guys want to check it out. Synthesia. Yeah, anyone have any more ideas? I know you do. Yes.
Simple one. Just like you were saying, like you got like the graffiti idea. Just, you have routes, and you can like make your own like soundtrack for like a specific area. Like when you're in this area, this song will play, and like you can just like you can share that, and people can just like listen in to your like soundtrack, and like walk through this weird place. It's like music. You walk through. It's like.
well, like
expanding off of that, like if you're going to like an iconic area, like let's just say you were in the area where they shot part of Lord of the Rings, hearing the Lord of the Rings soundtrack start playing in the background.
You walk through Philadelphia and the Rocky theme song comes up by the steps.
Yeah, every time you're jogging past that place, like
America's fitness problem solved.
What about virtual instruments?
Yes.
Like a piano without the keys, or a drum
Take
set
one
without
step
the
further,
drums.
yeah. Like just smacking your hands on a table, hit it in a different area, a little headphone in your ear with your glasses gives you a different sound.
air guitar competition is much more interesting.
Air guitar.
You could do something too where you're playing like the piano or guitar and the notes you're going to play next are projected onto your instrument itself.
Guitar Hero, the reawakening. You're back. Is that a hand earlier?
That'd be good for people learning instruments.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
There's a lot that can be done with disabilities. If you are, I actually don't have any examples off the top. It's Stasi.
Well, what about if you can walk into a room, if you're, say for instance, you have these glasses on and there's music playing and you can see where the good spots in the room are to stand and listen to music, and you can visualize music and you can like tune in rooms and stuff by wearing these glasses or something.
So yeah,
That's cool.
checks out the acoustics of the room.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. That would be intense.
That would be really
If
if it worked, and you said a couple years out, so might as well.
Like the Google Glasses, people are kind of speculating that's 1 or 2 years maybe. You saw Sergey Brin already wearing them.
What about a mind-blowing idea, which would be basically turning the audio frequencies into visualized like waves coming at you.
Yeah, that's right.
Just in your mind would just you just see these crazy
Like those sound novels in Magic School Bus.
Yeah. That episode was so awesome.
If you're out in the middle of nowhere late at night, you have stars change colors accordingly to your song.
You have to pinpoint where the sound's coming from. So you like hear something, and you look around, and it'll be like it would put like a notification on there.
Sonic deer locator.
Yeah, you can do different frequencies, different colors.
But it's like you heard something like, where'd that come from? And it like finds where it came from.
If you're doing a live show, you could have like the Scott Pilgrim movie, you're jamming on a guitar, you can see comic style little lightning bolts shooting out of it where you're strung.
That would make concerts intense.
They wouldn't have to do what they have to do. So like everybody, we're gonna realize we're not gonna have any light shows, but just here you go. Works.
I also think it'd be interesting to modify sounds. Like, what if I sounded like Barry White? But I don't know what practical applications there would be for that.
Or why? How would you use the glasses to sound like Barry White? Or would you just look like Barry White?
Oh no, I'm saying
If I like if you looked at somebody and you want to replace their head with Barry White?
Or no, I'm saying instead of hearing my
Real big
voice,
head
you hear
cheese.
the voice of Barry White. Or let's say you're singing and it's like, what would be really cool right now if I sounded like Lady Gaga, whatever. Lady Gaga singing "It's Not Easy Being Green," just
It's not
random.
easy. I think that's like way down in like the brain connected, super sci-fi. Anybody in the back?
You walk into like
Why would anyone want that?
You walk into CES, tech demo, techno.
like analyzes your setting and then like soundtracks your like gives you some ambiance.
Actually, I know one that would be really helpful for me. Audio to sheet music, because there'll be times I'm walking through and I think of a good melody and like.
You take that Guitar Hero or Piano Hero idea, take your camera, look at sheet music, and have that translate into falling notes.
Well,
Other cool applications of that. Have you guys ever? This was maybe 2 years ago. There was a little viral thing, auditory kind of hallucinations almost, illusions, where it's like if you're wearing headphones, it was a fake haircut, where they'd have the guy doing his shears and go across your head, and you would hear it go across your head. And it was very kind of just playing left-right audio. Adding that to, like, see, that'd be really goofy to play with.
I actually do
Play
research
pranks
on
with your friends.
acoustics right now, and it's pretty interesting how much you can toy around with things like that just by changing the level and the phase difference of when it, phase difference and when the tones get to your ear. You can do some pretty wacky things. Just,
Totally representations.
So, walking down the street, see fire truck, sirens blaring, recognizes it, sees the fire truck, and it's like, I don't want to listen to it, so just, it recognizes that it's a fire truck, matches its, you know,
It's kind of dangerous.
well, you would see it, it recognizes that you see it, you're aware of it, and it tunes it out.
And then lose track of it.
Well, it would quiet it, you know, it would just kind of do some active noise cancel it. Yeah.
I was gonna say back to Sasha today.
Here you go.
That day.
People start going talking too long, it turns into the peanuts, you know.
For a real life ignore function, that would be awesome. Oh man.
Or it turns people's boring stories into like
That's a good
crazy
story.
adventures.
That's
Like,
an awesome
it starts like,
story.
okay, what can I do with this story? And then just goes with the basically actually interesting story.
I feel like all the professors would hate that.
Really?
Or it recognizes somebody's voice sounds like somebody else, and then it morphs their face to look like this other person.
All this stuff. That's what all the kids about those hallucination-inducing MP3 files.
Yeah.
That can't be real, is it not?
I've tried it.
You tried it?
And I was curious. I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, there's just annoying sounds in my ears. This is really annoying.
You need to be on another drug, and this would be like, yeah.
As we make the back song.
Alright, so that's kind of what I got. Maybe you guys keep a few of those ideas in the back of your head, make something out of it. But might as well. The singularity is coming, everyone get excited. Bye.